I wonder if one could whistle and blow their tea at the same time. So we're back in town, are we? Boys are back in town! Boys are back in town! So, apparently, after much delay, Dallas Jenkins is finally bringing back The Chosen. And you might think, well, is he taking so much time to make the show? Well, it's not taking as long as you think it is. It's just that for some reason, Season 4 was delayed. But now it's here. And Dallas Jenkins has said that as of right now, at least last time he reported in, that he has completed Episode 3 of Season 5. So, safe to say, Season 4 is right on the money, as they say. Another burp from the tea I got. I had some nice fish, by the way. Talking about being fishes, oh man. Season 4 absolutely begins with... Whew, I mean, they pull no punches with Season 4. Dallas Jenkins has promised that The Chosen Season 4 is going to be the most spiritually mature season of the bunch yet, and given where we're going off from episode 1, I think he's right, because they start off with the death of John the Baptist. Yeah, I've got fond memories of this particular adaptation of John the Baptist. If I remember correctly, some of my most popular videos on my channel so far revolve around this particular depiction of John the Baptist, especially when he screamed out, "Yeah!" after Jesus cast out a demon. I think a lot of people like that sort of thing. So they put a lot of emphasis on the death of John in this particular episode to such an extent that they even refer to before the events of what happened before John the Baptist was even born. The thing about John the Baptist was that he wasn't just some other martyr. This man played an integral role in the prophecies leading up to Jesus Christ himself. So much so that as a baby, John the Baptist leapt in his own elder mother's womb at the mere presence of Jesus nearby. So this episode places a lot of emphasis on John the Baptist even before he was born via flashbacks, which the show is really creative at integrating, as well as the events surrounding John the Baptist's death. So there's a lot of emphasis about John the Baptist as a character, where he started off and how far he's come, and that he was born for this specific purpose of paving the way for Jesus Christ, and how he ends his life fulfilling that mission. He had successfully paved the way, and no doubt many people are going to miss him. He started off as a fun character who jumped out of the bush giving everybody a fright, and he was clearly the kind of person who was not afraid to say what was right, even if he would be deemed as a radical by today's societies, and boy, do we need more people like him these days. Oh, that's good tea. So there is a lot of emphasis on John the Baptist as a character, and I think that's to this particular episode's strength, because what this series is focusing on more than anything else, more than it being another adaptation of the life and ministry of Jesus Christ, is having that ministry be seen from the viewpoint of all the people who follow Jesus Christ. You know, the apostles, the women, and other nearby related figures. It's fairly interesting how, when I look at the episode as a whole, neither Jesus Christ nor John the Baptist take up a vast majority of the episode, and yet their impact is clearly seen. Obviously, we experience John in, like, you know, the scenes of his parents, like, giving joy about the fact that John's in the womb, and how we see John the Baptist getting ready for execution and him accepting that he's going to die. And we only get very brief scenes of Jesus Christ mourning the death of his cousin, which is very deeply profound stuff. Brilliant acting performances all across the board, and I love the idea of the sun shining on John's side, and he turns around and he sees a veiled visual symbol of the lamb, which represents Jesus Christ, and then John just says thank you right before he gets his head chopped off. just that little glimmer of hope and that spiritual sign of gratefulness, even in the face of death. Like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Amen to that. And, of course, you also get the events surrounding the actual death of John in regards to the dancer that tempted King Herod in order to get John's head chopped off in the first place. And interestingly enough, in this episode, they also put a lot of emphasis on the performance of this exotic sexual dancer, to the point where we even see behind the scenes footage of the dancer rehearsing under very strict perfectionistic circumstances. Oh no, not again! You know what would be funny? If during that scene where the dancer is practicing her dance routine under the teacher's instructions, what if that wasn't actually intentional acting? What if that was just part of the rehearsals and the Chosen team just thought, you know what, we're gonna film that and just put it as part of the episode? That would be hilarious if that was true. So regardless, there's a lot of emphasis on the need for her dancing to be just right to entice King Herod. Now, of course, dancing can be a great way of social activity as well as a great exercise, but of course, dancing can be distorted like many things for evil ends. That's the thing about evil. J.R.R. Tolkien once said, and this is a popular trend on the internet, evil cannot create, it can only destroy. Notice how, in order for evil to exist, it has to distort that which is good in the first place. So, a brief example would be, you can have a healthy body without cancer, but cancer needs a healthy body in order to exist. So, dancing, in this case, can be a great, good thing for exercise and social activity, but that can be distorted towards lust for the sake of enticing. Now, of course, given that, given the fact that this is meant to be a scene that entices lust for the sake of, given that this is meant to be a scene of a dancer enticing lust into the king for the sake of obtaining power, it begs the question, how are the Chosen team going to portray that? Now, it's been done before in the past, and I suppose the way they did it here, I think they found the right balance, because obviously, with that kind of depiction, you just want to be suggestive enough. There is a distinct difference between depiction and endorsement. You know, depicting evil is not the same thing as endorsing. Otherwise, we wouldn't hire actors to play the villainous roles in the first place, you know? So, this actress is a really skilled, flexible dancer, and she's dancing in a way in which it's exotic enough where older audience can think, yeah, we can see where this is going. Now, keep in mind, this is the same Angel Studios that was responsible for bringing us the masterpiece of a film last summer, The Sound of Freedom. Great film, by the way. That is also a film that says so much with so little. And it's really great what visual storytelling can do. And I think Angel Studios has really nailed it on the head with the Chosen series, that film, as well as the Wingfeather saga, which they've also endorsed. Just the power of visuals and what they can show, and Jonathan Pajot can certainly say more about that, as well as what you don't show. I think that's also key to understanding some great quality storytelling. So the show does an excellent job with characterization, and that has definitely defined this series and has gravitated to a lot of people from a wide variety of backdrops and beliefs of their own. It's definitely a very appealing and really well written show. I've got to credit them for that. I don't think there's much more to say. There are other YouTubers who would no doubt analyze this episode in probably more profound and spiritually in-depth ways than I ever could. But of course, I'm just doing the best that I can to just review it as it is and to analyze the story as it's presented. And as a whole, it's a great, profound reflection on the life and circumstances surrounding John the Baptist, and it's moved many people to tears. So I'd say this is a really powerful start for season 4, and I'm looking forward to seeing the rest. Thank God for that. I'm looking forward to the rest. If you want me to review more of the Chosen series, please feel free to subscribe and like this episode. Would I consider the series of videos episode. I mean, maybe. Debate that in the comments below. I mean, who knows? Maybe Dallas Jenkins is up for a... I mean, who knows? Maybe Dallas Jenkins is up for a chat. I don't know. In the meantime, Scott's Thinker signing out. Scott's Meyer, as I used to be called.